Trillions will flow through cryptos like Stellar XLM, and Zion coins will benefit. How am I arriving at this? How am I coming to this conclusion? Well, before all of that, please like, subscribe. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and I can keep delivering more and more content like this to you more frequently. Now, with that aside, let me just say this. It's the fundamental facts of the matter. What are the fundamental facts of the matter? What is happening in the wider markets outside of crypto? What are the movers and the drivers of prices? What are the movers and the drivers of speculation? Because crypto at present is more about speculation than utility. And until the new financial system has arisen and trust is inside and outside of the cryptoverse, it's all about speculation. So what are these movers and drivers? Well, if you've been living under a rock somewhere and not been looking at the news lately, then you wouldn't have heard about a number of banks going down, Signature, SVB, and many others. But at present, one bank in particular, a big bank, that has taken a massive hit, has had to sell, is brought up by another bank. And this is going to be a commonplace. This is common practice. Okay? This is how the system works. Big bank buys little bank. And so, when it's a big bank that's getting brought up, things become a little more sketchy, right? They either get brought or they fold, they collapse, they liquidate, they go elsewhere, evaporate. So we're talking about, who are we talking about? We're talking about Credit Suisse. Of course, Credit Suisse has been brought by UBS. Yes, exactly. For the tune of 3.2 billion. How's that work out? They got like 10x that on their balance sheet, surely. You know? Trillions flow through that Credit Suisse, right? But, as I said, we don't know, you and I don't know 100% what the figures are with these banks. Net revenue, income, you know, forecasts, debts, deficits, credits, loans, bonds. What is the income of these banks? Are their fees suffice for years to come to be able to continue the operation? Is it going to turn a profit? Not just break even. Is it going to turn a profit? Is it a profitable business? Is it a sustainable business? Even if it's seeing trillions flow through. People, it could just be a matter of a few billion here and there to tip the scales, as I said before in my previous video. And there you go, Credit Suisse bought up for 3.2 billion. Now, the impact this is clearly having on cryptos is the fact that people want to get away from that. They want to get away from their money in the banks, and they're investing more and more into crypto. The price just keeps going up. It was just yesterday that Bitcoin was at 17k. It's 28k now. You know, and really, you can speculate, you could talk, and you could say, well, you know, you look at Stellar, the price of Stellar hasn't moved at all. It's been relatively stable. And that's true, yes, it has. But if you look how price movement of Stellar goes, like XRP, Bitcoin leaves the way, boom, Stellar will follow, along with, you know, all the other cryptos. As I said, if there is liquidity in the cryptos, all markets rise. Yeah, one after the other. You'll find peaks and troughs on a ride, on the vertical ride up. With all of these cryptos, top 100, even very, very low cap cryptos, even Zion Coins. Zion Coins is priced against XLM. It's priced against XLM, and there isn't any other markets. Guess what? The price of Zion Coins goes up. It's quite clear, it's quite simple. If there's liquidity in Zion Coins, which there is, the price will go up. And that is out of my control. I don't control the wider markets. I can provide liquidity. Liquidity providers can provide liquidity. It's not in their control. It does depend on, however, what markets they're making. If they're making it against the dollar, then, hey, you know what? They're making it against the dollar, you know? Yeah. Ultimately, trillions will flow into cryptos like Stellar XLM, and Zion Coins will benefit. We are at this point where we're starting to see these banks being brought up, and this is a reoccurring thing. It's not new. This is just how the system works. Governments will bail out these big banks. These big banks will buy up the small banks. Ultimately, the central banks have a blank check. They have a license to print money. And this is clear. The regulations have been written to ensure that they succeed. Do I believe that Bitcoin will overtake the banking system? No. Do I believe that the banking system will become more democratized? Yes. Do I believe that the banking system will become more autonomous? Yes. Within time. And cryptos is where it starts. We are nowhere near a cashless society yet. It is coming. But again, as I say, cashless society means no cash, and I don't see that happening within our lifetimes. So we are ultimately still dependent on banks. We need banks, as cryptos is a speculative asset for on and off ramps. On and off ramps. And if you, again, have been living in a rock, under a rock somewhere, you'll know that Circle had some problems with the USDC, almost a run on that, because of SVB Bank, SVB Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and actually they flipped really quickly. It was so easy for them to get another banking license. What do you expect? It's Circle. You know, may as well be Goldman Sachs. Anyway, in any case, I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. Smash the Zion coin up there, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day now. Take care.